Hi, this is Shiva Rajaya from vitalcoaching.com. I am back into these beautiful valleys of the Himalayas, close to 5,000 meters high, close to a sacred pilgrimage spot which is called Badrinath. And look at these beautiful summits. This is called Narayana Parbat, and over there, this summit is Nilakantha. Nilakantha means the blue-throated one, which is a name for Shiva. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about what this means. Blue throat is related with the fact that Shiva was poisoned and was able to digest the poison that was given to him, and this blue throat, and specifically this name Nilakantha, refers to his ability to digest toxins, digest poisons, and transmute them. And it's a very symbolical thing, or a very symbolical archetype for something that we are able to do as human beings as well. The idea is that we have lots of sources of toxins, poison in our lives. Sometimes they come in the form of things that we eat, the air that might be polluted, and especially in the form of conflicts or aggression coming from people around you. I'm a very peaceful person and I don't engage in conflicts, and most of my life is really powerfully harmonious. I would say that 95% of what comes to me is really blessings and beauty and lots of good vibes, coming in my direction. But here and there, I might get somebody who is aggressive or annoying, or decides to enter into a conflicting relationship with me, and I don't really know why. Most of the times the triggers are just something that comes up. We could easily enter into a harmonious resolution, but somehow, sometimes these people will decide to maintain a conflict. And the reason why they maintain the conflict is because being in a state of conflict feeds them, okay? This is something which is very important to understand. It is that for some people, being in conflict and generating conflict feeds a certain part of their mind-body system. It triggers a whole chain reaction of biochemicals flowing in their brain and their body that actually makes them feel alive. This is why so many people will engage in conflict even though they could be at peace. You have sometimes whole nations who have been in conflict and in war for so long that they even forget how it is to be at peace. And they feel that peace is almost uncomfortable, it doesn't feed them. So they go back to creating conflict whenever they can. Why? Because precisely it feeds them. So back to my story, or back to your story, sometimes if you are trapped in a situation which is conflictual with somebody, and you don't really want to necessarily to feed that, how much you engage into that conflict is really up to you. But the point is that when you have negative emotions, anger or frustration or conflict being projected on you, then manifesting this Nilakantha archetype, or being able to digest that poison, is actually a very beautiful and incredible faculty. I have a personal example concerning that. It has to do with my videos. Right now I'm recording videos. I post them on YouTube and online. And some years ago, when I started, I was sometimes getting a nasty comment on the video, and I was quickly editing all the negative comments and removing them and blocking people, and this was one possible solution, was to block the sources of conflict and the sources of anger or criticism. That was one possible solution. And after a while I started developing something else, is another attitude, which was basically this ability to be able to see a negative comment as just energy. It's just fire. And I realized that somehow my system developed an ability to to digest this energy and just turn it into bliss. So now when I see a negative conflict, most of the times, I just laugh internally. I just laugh. It just triggers energy. I just feel it as energy. So I no longer edit the comments. I don't no longer try to remove or block myself from this aggression or criticism. On the contrary, I just let it be there and just enjoy it as anything else. So I have a system that works for me, and I don't even know the rules. I just know that my body and my mind are doing that very easily, and maybe you do that as well. What I want you to know is that it is an ability, it is a skill, it is a mindset and a certain inner muscle that you can develop that allows you to digest negative energies when they arise. And the things that I use myself is first staying in a very clear mind space. I go and jump in cold waters. Look at this beautiful river, by the way. This is Nilakantha river, one of the roots of the Ganges, and I'm bathing in it every day. It's just beautiful. So that's one of my ways of purifying, of removing the blockages or the energy disturbances in my system. It means that it triggers a flow of energy. Another possibility is to engage in conscious conflict. It means that you can actually see a conflict, a verbal exchange that might be aggressive, as simply a flow of energy. And eventually this flow of energy turns into something that becomes bliss. And it's helpful if two people who are entering in conflict have the same kind of awareness, of course. But that's another possibility. It is the transmutation of a conflict into bliss. And of course, the thing that the reason why digesting negative energies works for me is really because I stay in a clear space. Apart from just jumping in cold rivers or having cold showers, I stay super healthy in the way I eat. I energize my body and my mind. I practice different meditation techniques, sometimes very dynamic. I use sound work. I build a positive energy with me and with people around me. So there is a whole system, a set of behaviors and attitudes that keeps you in a clear space and eventually allows you to digest negative emotions or negative energies, frustration or anger when they are projected on you. Of course, this works also for digesting your own negative energies, but right now we are talking about when negative energies are projected on you. That's one, probably core skill. Imagine that you live in a neighborhood and your next door neighbor really hates you and you don't know what to do about it. So instead of thinking, okay, there is something wrong with that hate and I'm going to do anything I can to change that hate, you think it's just hate. Hate is just energy, and it's energy that is being projected on me, and you can keep on smiling at the person and let them realize that it's okay. They are allowed to have that emotion or that energy, and it's being projected on you every single day of your life, and still it doesn't accumulate as precisely a poison, as an undigested emotion. It's something that you can build up on, and rather than thinking there is something wrong with that person or the situation should be different, you accept that energy as something that is being projected on you, and then you turn that, you transmute it into beautiful bliss. So it's a lifetime of experience, of course. It's something which is really powerful once you fully own it and are fully able to do it. Yeah, that's the message for today. Nilakantha, the beauty of the blue-throated one, Shiva. Wow, so much bliss here. It's far away from anything. I will probably stay here for anywhere between 4 to 8 days, practicing, doing meditation and invoking positive energy. So lots of bliss to you from these beautiful Himalayan valleys. I'll be back soon with more tips, more videos, more strategies to bring you to an absolute state of delight and bliss in your life.